This is quite a recent purchase. I bought this in Boston at auction. It was an instrument by Richard Duke, who was a fairly prolific English maker. There's a very wonderful English tradition. Much of it was influenced by German makers at the time. And particularly bow makers, the Dodd family. This is a copy of a John Dodd from about that period. This dates from about 1780. You can look to see what's been done to it. You can see they've determined that the scroll is original, the neck perhaps was changed. And owning these things is, I mean, it's like owning land in a way. You don't really own them. You take care of them for a while, and then you pass them on. Because these things obviously have a lifespan far beyond ours. These are wound with silver, but the core is gut. And these are unwound gut. And they have a very particular kind of sonority and quality, again, which I think promote blending. The blend thing is amazing, actually. It really does change how the kind of sound we make as a group, it brings us into a different sound world. And perhaps it's the sound world of the 18th century. We're not, we'll never know. But the idea that these are the sounds that the composer had in mind when he wrote them is inspiring. It's a quandary for a lot of players now, perhaps maybe not as much anymore as it used to be, but perhaps vibrato is not meant as a constant the way sometimes it is now, but as an ornament. That's something that enhances what you're doing with the right hand. And so that's something which people who play early strings concentrate on in the vocabulary of the bow, that it is the one that does the speaking. And the left hand has a relationship to what you're doing with the right hand. You can't oppose something that really doesn't have to do with what you're doing with the right hand. Like that note, we can warm it up, but it's not just. There were some teachers that used to say, "Start vibrating before you play." This is what does the talking. A lot of us started with this stuff, with earlier music, whether it was medieval music or early Baroque music. And then as we started moving forward into the classical period, it was almost like we were traveling in that timeline, forward, not looking back, and so you discovered new things. Tom is extraordinarily supportive and has created an environment for us to continue doing what we do, and we're very happy and grateful that he's done that.